Yo, 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 what's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Nate the Great coming at you with another live. You already know if you're new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. To all the returning friends and family, you already know it's peace and blessings. I'm gonna give y'all some time to tune in case these notifications ain't go out. Let me get myself settled in with this coffee as well, y'all. You already know what time it is. About that time of the afternoon for a good cup. I ain't gonna be too crazy today with the conversation. Um, just wanted to chime in on a few little things. James number 8, what's going on? Amy, baby. Brooklyn Hood, what's going on, my guy? What's going on, yo? Happy Sunday to everybody. Happy Sunday. Everybody that's pulling in. I know it's still morning, afternoon, so different time zones. Hopefully all of y'all keeping yourselves safe. First things first, you already know, hopefully everybody having a blessed and productive Sunday. Hopefully everybody's out and about, or hopefully everybody has been out and about, enjoying the nice weather. Summertime might be over, but we still getting some forms of summertime weather, especially in the city. Those that are in the city, that are out and about, make sure you're keeping yourself safe, keeping yourself observant, and again, just enjoy every moment. Chrissy, baby! Those celebrating birthdays this weekend as well. I know it's the Libra season. Hopefully, y'all keeping yourself safe and enjoying every moment. If you was able to wake up and breathe, you was able to wake up and do anything, give your praises where it's due. You know, appreciate everybody that tuned in Wednesday for the conversation. Definitely was a great one. For those that missed it, you can definitely catch the replay. I definitely felt like I hit on some topics, or at least with that situation that I was talking about, and I plan on trying to cover that again. Um, because I feel like that's necessary for a lot of y'all to understand that too. Um, yeah, before I go left, my bad. Before I go left, before I go left. But I felt compelled to do that live, and I felt compelled to continuously try to reach on this topic because, again, you know, we got guardians and concerned parents and, these communities, and y'all deserve and y'all have every right to question certain things you need to question or stand up on the things y'all need to stand up on. Yo, what's going on, my guy? But yeah, those topics was definitely needed because, again, we have situations in different communities where there's trafficking going on, and then there's trafficking of minors, which is the worst of the worst. Now, adults, they gonna make their own decision. If that's something they decide they gonna do, then that's what they're gonna do. But it's messed up when children are getting forced into that type of life, like I said before. Serious, baby. Like I said before, it's sad when these young ones are getting pushed into certain scenarios that they really don't have no they really don't have no rights being in. You know, that's like trying to force your kid to sell drugs. What are you getting out of that? What are you actually teaching your child outside of this is how you gotta hustle to get some money up in case you broke? And even then, you shouldn't even be forcing them to do that. You should be trying to elevate them and educate them. You know, I know everybody comes from different scenarios and situations, but then there are some situations that can be avoided. Again, parents got to be more involved, be more active when it comes down to your children. Guardians, same thing. Be more careful and just be more on point and be more alert when it comes to your young ones. So, because again, it's sad that we got grown men and women that are actually out there preying on these young ones. Like I said the other night, there was a RICO case that was involving a street gang out there, and they RICO case was basically again just trafficking minors. And the sad part about it is, you had an adult female or a couple of adult females who was a part of that RICO case too. So it's sad again. We always look at certain situations, or we always try to look at the man, but we don't realize that we got women out there doing the same exact thing. You know, I can remember a case a while back where a dude and his chick got arrested for trafficking and actually kidnapping a young one. That's all I'm saying. Some people are quick to say, "Oh, it's always men. It's always men." No, it's not always men. Sometimes you got women out there doing the same exact thing, or they're being a part of the same exact crimes. And I feel anybody who is a parent, guardian, and could be a part of that type of scenario and situation, it goes to show again how much love and respect you got for your own. You know, so I said it's important we have these talks. James, what's going on, my guy? Hold on. All right, that's James number 8 first. All right. Had to be short. But just it's sad though. It's sad that we do have scenarios and situations like this that are continuously happening around the world. You know, again, it's the worst thing when you have runaways who are being led to the streets. But then when you have people who are also possibly being kidnapped and taken away, that's even worse because it could be the same thing. Some of these people get yanked away from their families and end up being a part of that trade that they shouldn't be a part of. That's why I said it's important to know what's going on in your community and stand on what you need to stand on as far as your community is concerned. You know? Chill, Will, baby. And I applaud and commend those who actually are standing on their principles and standing on their grounds as far as trying to alleviate and stop some of these terrible things from happening, especially to these youth. Because again, you don't know what kind of mental scarring you're doing when you're forcing these young ones to be a part of something that they have no real, they have no real knowledge, nor even no experience in. You know, it's essentially throwing these kids out to the wolves, and you're trying to mentally mess them up for life. You know, it is important again that a lot of y'all start, banding up, standing up. Because I could say that at least back in our day, even when we did have things that we wasn't too fond of, we at least made sure that these young ones wasn't a part of the function. Like some people would have cried about these brothels and um these entertainment houses. That's what I'm gonna call it now. I ain't even gonna call it what I was about to. But they would be mad about that being in their community, but in the same token, there wasn't no young ones in there. I can say that much. It wasn't no preteens or teenagers working within these vicinities because some of these people was parents themselves and already knew that wasn't a good look. So, again, it's important to just, break down what you need to break down, and assess the things you need to assess and then make your movements from there. You know, like if you see that there's certain things not looking right, especially with a specific group of people, you as a citizen, you have all rights to express how you feel, but also take the initiative in doing what's necessary, especially if it's going to save a youth or save somebody's life. You know, another thing I was getting ready to say too, is especially again for some of you parents out there, it's time for some of y'all to really start paying close attention to your preteens and your teenagers. Because there should be no reason why, prime example, other day, supposed to be a early school morning. Kids are supposed to be heading to school at 8 o'clock in the morning. Half of them kids should be in school by a certain time, right? No way you gonna tell me you still out and about after 9, 10 o'clock and you running around with a bunch of people when you all supposed to be in school. Parents, again, I can understand some of y'all working hours, Some of y'all might be busy. Y'all got other things you gotta take care of, but in the same token, you still have a responsibility to your child. So your child should be accounted for. That means if you're sending your child to school, you should make sure that your child actually gets to school and actually is there the whole day. Not no show up to school, leave, and then decide to go hang out and try to be grown. Because this is how certain things can happen too. You know. Now the other day I was a little bit appalled only because again, these young ones they didn't even look older than 12, 13. When they should have been in school, what you think they was doing? Out and about trying to be grown. Out and about trying to get things that they know they're not old enough to get in the store. And I would say for some of y'all, if y'all know y'all got certain stores, I don't care if it's the regular corner stores, the bodegas, anything. If you know they could be possibly selling anything to these minors, y'all need to report that as well too. Because to be quite honest, it should be no reason why, or a lot of these teens nowadays are so focused on trying to be grown before they time. No way you could tell me you're comfortable as a parent knowing that your child is smoking and you're not even trying to have a conversation with them about that. For the ones who are doing what they're supposed to be doing, again, I commend you because it's not an easy task. There are some conversations that people are not going to want to have, but you're going to need to have. Because again, it's supposed to be about not just setting boundaries, but also setting structure for that child. You know, and to be quite honest, I can't condone anything as far as any adult forcing anything on a child or on a teen for that matter. And I would honestly say for some of you parents, despite the fact you might not want to be involved, get involved. Especially again, if some of these youth might be hanging with your children as well. Nah, you want to make sure your child is with the right type of people, not getting into any type of madness or not getting peer pressured into doing something that they might not want to do. That's why it's good to sit down and have these talks with them about peer pressure, the dangers of peer pressure, the dangers of certain drugs, and just the dangers of not being on point and paying attention to your surroundings. You know, some of these youth, prime example, of joining gangs or getting down with the street activity because nobody is actually around trying to have these combos with them in depth on top of that. You know, and again, it's necessary to have these in depth talks and conversations because again, you want to try to set the balance. You know, you want to set the measurement right. My thing is you were blessed to bring life into the world. Where some people are not blessed, you were blessed. So if your goal is to see your child be successful in life, how you think you're going to get to that? How you think that's going to happen? It does start with you, the parent. So that means you have to be accountable and responsible no matter what. You know, again, just break down the things that you need to break down to them. I've always felt once they do get a certain age, you are supposed to have certain talks with them so they could be more aware and on point when it comes down to it, you know. And I think that's, the key thing for anything in life, educating those up on, letting them know that, look, regardless to what, we've been here, we've been through situations like that, and we came out well. So, well, at least most of us did. We've been in situations where we've been having things forced down on us, but then we've also had situations where we pretty much just abolished everything altogether, you know. But again, it takes a strong effort, you know. If some of y'all could think about it, right? Some of the shows that you watched over the years that was dealing with the family structure and how things are. Um, you think about some of the shows you watch, you see that sort of thing. What I've seen is what parents should be doing. You know, when you think your child could be in the midst of something, you need to, jump on it and make sure that's not really what it is. Like if you think your child could be possibly using drugs, what you think you're going to do? You're going to sit down and have that talk with them. You know, but you need to also let it be known that, again, no matter what's going on with the children, they should be able to come to you and speak to you, you know, and y'all should be able to figure out what y'all need to figure out. But again, these children and these youth need to be just that. You know, it's unfair that here it is. There's a lot of things being forced on them. There's a lot of things that's being shown them, you know, but then we'll get highly upset about it. No, we got to take accountability as well too. Keith, what's going on, my guy? You already know if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. Appreciate you for dropping those links, serious baby. Working hard in this damn breeze coming through my window, baby. Again, today is kind of one of those days. It's breezy, but it's still kind of feel kind of summerish today. So again, for those in the city out and about, you know, make sure you're keeping yourself hydrated, but also keep your little spare light sweater just in case. As you know, the weather could switch up in a heartbeat, especially out here in the city. Um, but yeah, it's just when you look at some of those shows that we watched coming up, even though we know most of it was fiction and just hypotheticals, some of those hypotheticals still play into today. You know, some parents are finding out that their kids are using drugs. Doesn't matter if it's weed, pills. Some are going further than that. See, like it seems right now, everybody drug of choice, from what I've been seeing, is either pills or the hard stuff again. Never should be forced on no child at all. A child shouldn't even be worried about trying to be in that type of scenario. Really should. That's why I said you got to be careful, and especially some of you adults out there, you have to be careful in what you're promoting, especially to these youth. You know, I granted some of y'all feel like, oh, I'm grown, I should be able to say and do whatever. Yeah, you're right. You are grown. You are entitled to live your life how you want to live your life. But you also got to remember too, your life is not just your life no more when there's kids involved. Now you got to really set the structure and set the boundaries on certain things. You know, where some people would try to say, "Oh, my parents don't know how to have fun," or nah, it's not about fun. Your parents are trying to keep you from going down a certain road in life. Because believe me, once you go down that road, for some people, there is no return. There's no coming back from it. You know, there are some things that again we have to remember. You know, and it's critical again for y'all to sit back and have these conversations, no matter how uncomfortable, no matter how unsettling. You have to do what's necessary again, that as the primary caregiver, because you are. You're the primary caregiver, no matter how you look at it. But again, it's about setting boundaries, but also again just letting it be known. Look, if there's anything, even down to the slightest peer pressures, come talk. You know, that's why I said there's certain elements that used to be a thing that now seem like a thing of the past now. Like y'all heard me say that a couple lives back about whatever happened to the structure, whatever happened to the family dinners, the family sit downs. What happened to those? The family sit downs nowadays is grabbing my food and either going to sit in front of the TV or sitting in front of a computer or sitting in front of my device or grabbing my food and going to play a game. You know, what happened to the structure? What happened to how was your day? How was your week? What's been happening? What's interesting? What happened to those conversations? Those conversations now seem to be long gone and dead. And it's sad. When a new era comes in, I feel there are some things that should never change. Because again, it's about the family structure. You know, it's about trying to, walk these kids through certain aspects of life without them having to find out the hard way. You know, and this is my thing. You know, peer pressure, yes, is going to be always a problem in life because you're going to have some people who are going to feel that if you want to be down with me or you want to be down with my peoples, you got to be doing this, you got to be doing that, which is not necessarily the case. Dee baby. And it's true, it's not necessarily the case because there are people who, prime example, don't smoke, don't drink, but still hang with people, still got friends they hang with, still got people that are down for them. Because real people, real friends are not going to force you to do something that you're uncomfortable with, or they ain't going to force you to do something that they know could land you in a serious tight position. See, prime example, I could use me. I had some people I was coming up with. Some of them was already smoking, drinking, and doing whatever before a certain time frame. I never got forced, even when I was around those people, because I know myself. And the one thing you can't do is force somebody to do anything, especially when they strong willed and have a strong mind of their own. And the things that I was interested in, shoot, that was simply on me. And even then, I didn't force nobody to do nothing either. You know, that's the thing. Not trying to force somebody to do something. If you claim to be a friend of mine, I shouldn't have to feel forced in doing something that I know for a fact could have some form of a consequence to it. You know, one thing I could say when I was younger is that I always try to make sure the people that had my back, I had theirs as well, no matter what it was. And I think that's what established me as the person that I am today. I have friends that I could rely on. I got friends that I was always able to rely on, and vice versa. There was times when I know my peoples could have got in trouble, and I sat here, and, let me help you out in this situation, because that's what true friends do. True friends try not to leave you in a situation by themselves. You know, and again, it is important. It is important that you teach these young ones that peer pressure of any kind not tolerated or accepted. You know, you're supposed to be able to be your own person and live your life the way you see fit. Nobody is supposed to come in between that, and definitely nobody is supposed to tell you how to move and how to do things. You know, and I would say for some of y'all who might have your children going through that right now, you need to really sit down and break it down to them. Teach them the importance of true friendship. Show them what true friendship is. Because some of you parents still have good friends that you're good friends with till this day. And that should be the example and the motivation for them to know, like, these are the type of people you need to be around, or these are the type of people that you need in your corner. You know, you don't need nobody in your corner that don't mean you know well or ain't trying to see you elevate past a certain level. You know, like I was telling somebody one day, I said, that's like you sitting here. Um, yeah, you got some good friends, or you might have some friends who are down for you. But what happens when you start elevating? What happens when you start doing certain things to get past a certain level? And they're not even trying to do that. Do you still keep those people around, or do you get rid of them? To be quite honest, you supposed to get rid of anything, prime example, that is not meaning you any type of wellness in your life. Supposed to get rid of those who don't want to elevate. Because in the long run, you know, when you're in a certain position and they still sitting around, you know, they're gonna be upset about that. You know. But how can you be upset when you ain't trying to do nothing for yourself? Just like the other night, just like the other live that I did when I was saying how some people feel like you owe them something the minute you start making big moves. You don't owe nobody but yourself. You know, I mean, you could do what you plan on doing. You could do what's necessary if you feel like it's necessary. But other than that, you don't owe nobody nothing. You know, your life and how you live it, again, that's solely up to you. If you decide you want to do certain things for your community, that's up to you. It shouldn't be forced. Just like I said, can't be around people who the most they trying to do is just leech off of you. And that's what I feel in some cases. You got some people who they don't want to elevate because they feel that the person that they hang with or the person that they cool with is getting to a certain part of success that they're gonna automatically be right with them. But I'm gonna be honest with you. Once that person is establishing themselves and they got to a certain level, they only gonna worry about the ones they need to worry about. They're only gonna worry about those who are worthy of it. And if you ain't worthy of the situation, if you ain't worthy of being a part of that, fold, you can't blame nobody or get mad at nobody but yourself. That should be a calling card for some of y'all to say, you know what, I could be able to do the same thing. Let me try to uplift myself so I can uplift the people that I definitely need around. You know, nobody owes nobody nothing in life. You owe yourself. If you want to get into a certain position, you owe yourself that. You know, and again, it's critical that you parents sit down and really have these talks and discussions with them because again, there's going to be key critical aspects of that talk that most likely will reach them in a way that you didn't think it was going to reach them. You know, but again, you know, teaching them that it's important to keep progressing in life. That's the most important part of anything. You know, give me 1 second, y'all. 1 second. But I think it's important though, y'all. Um, it really is important to not just set boundaries, but set realistic goals. You know, teach your children that there's more in life than just partying and trying to be grown. To be honest, being a part of being a grown up is taking care of responsibilities you're supposed to take care of. Like prime example, you decide you want to have a family, you got to be financially prepared for it. But you also got to be mentally and spiritually prepared because trust me, you're going to be dealing with responsibility for a life. And if you're not being responsible, guess what's going to happen? Same repeated process we see in certain families now. Your kids ain't going to make it past a certain level. They're going to end up being another victim of circumstance. I honestly feel, again, when you sit back and have these wholehearted conversations, you'll definitely get some, you'll get some good feedback. And it's important. It's always important to try to build structure, you know. But again, in order for that structure to be strong and in order for that structure to maintain a certain level, again, communication must be open. So that means your children, again, should be able to come to you and speak to you, but also parents gotta have an open mind. Gotta have an open mind, and you also gotta have an open ear to things. The main thing is, be in control of your emotions, no matter what your child is going through, or no matter what your child comes to you with. You know, have a stern balance. You know? When it's to a point where your children don't want to speak to you or they don't want to tell you nothing, that's a problem. That's a breakdown in communication that should never happen. Even if it's an embarrassing moment, your child should be at least able to come to you and speak to you. Because again, you are their first teachers. You're gonna be the first in line. Because again, those are your creations. You know, you want to make sure the life that you created is actually moving accordingly and doing what's necessary for themselves. But when you're not having these strong intellectual conversations or these breakdowns, you'll have a breakdown in communication, and then you'll have a breakdown in other things. You know. So again, it's important. It's important again to build family structure, build that communication level back up. But yeah, just something light on that aspect. Again, as much as we hate to have these convos, it's important. Because it does lead to better results. You're not going to get any good results when you're not communicating on the right level. Trust me. Again, your children should be able to come to you no matter what. And one thing to remember too, parents, is don't disregard what's being said and don't overlook it either. Because it's important. The minute you try to disregard anything that's being said by the children, oh, forget about it. They ain't gonna forget that. They're gonna put that in their memory books. And then in some cases, they ain't even gonna come back and talk to you. They're gonna be like, why should I come talk to you when you're not taking nothing serious? Or why should I come talk to you if you're gonna dismiss what I'm saying? Parents, don't dismiss what's being said to you about your children. Whether it's from them themselves or even other adults, don't dismiss nothing. Because there's some of y'all right now who feel like your kids could do no wrong out here in these streets. But guess what? You fall from wrong and you're mistaken. They might not do certain things around you, but how do you know what they're doing when they get out on these streets amongst their people? You know, I've had some scenarios where, you know, these youth have been getting arrested or been wrapped up in certain scenarios, and the first thing the parents will go to is, that's not my child. My child wasn't raised that way. My child is a good one. My child never hurt nobody. If your child is that much of a saint like you want him to be, they wouldn't be in that situation in the first place. That's just me being logical to y'all. It's not taking shots, that's being logical. Because any real parent knows, because we've all been there. We've been through our preteen and teen stages where some of us have gotten into certain scenarios, not nothing major, but we have gotten into certain scenarios to again where we at some point had to come to our parent and say what was going on. We couldn't just allow it to continuously happen because in the long run, you making a bigger situation bigger than it needed, you know. But again, parents don't disregard and dismiss anything when it comes down to your child, because that's also an important part of their development. You know, how can they have kids or a family of their own in the future, and they not getting certain key aspects of how true parenting is? It's almost like if you don't break a certain cycle, how do you expect the cycle in your family to break? You know, that's why I said it's important and critical again to have these conversations. No matter if you don't want to have them, you're gonna eventually have to, because there are some things as parents and guardians you're not gonna be able to duck. You're gonna have to sit down and have these talks. Exile, what's going on? And I can understand. You know, like I know some of y'all parents don't want to have that conversation with your children about sex and everything else, but at some point you're gonna have to. It's either you have that convo with them or let somebody else tell them what they need to tell them. But 9 out of 10, you gonna want to be the one that's telling them because you're gonna break it down to them the way they can understand what's going on. No doubt, bro. I hear you. I hear you. See, I'm gonna give a prime example, right? Y'all remember that episode of Fresh Prince when Will came to Uncle Phil and was asking him about cars. Now we all know what cars is, but again, he sat down and basically had the convo in the chat with him. It might have been kind of light, but he gave him some truths. And that's what most parents should be doing. Sitting down, explaining these situations the way it's supposed to be explained. When you're not teaching your children about, the consequences of unprotected sex and everything else, what you think gonna happen? At some point, they gonna be out there doing the utmost, and guess what? It could be a problem. Nah, facts, bro. I ain't forget about that episode neither. But see, that's the thing too. You're gonna have people sad enough who, like I said, you got fathers like that. You got irresponsible people. But see, this is my thing too. As much as we want to blame the father for not being shit, we also got to blame the mother to a degree because, again, if you knew this man wasn't about shit, if you know this man was full of lies and excuses, why did you still lay down and have a baby with him? Difference if it was unexpected, but when you know you trying to plan with somebody that you're married to, that's a problem, you know. But see, that's the thing. Again, no matter what your child or your adopted child is going through, you gotta be there as a parent. You know, I remember one dude, his foster parents were way better parents than his actual parents. Key and reason is because, again, think about it. You got some children who are being adopted right now who are coming from situations where both parents are either on drugs, unalive, or in jail. Or you got those who just don't care, you know? And that's what I'm saying. If you're not teaching them, if you ain't reaching them in a certain way, oh, trust me, it'll show at some point in life. Your goal whether you believe it or not, is again, yes, to protect them from certain things, especially when they're young. But you still have to teach them certain things as well too, because they have to learn and process these things as well too. You know, when you're not having these structured talks with these kids, they're gonna go out in the world and do whatever, or they're gonna follow behind whoever. You know. So again, parents, it's time for y'all to jump back on the ball with things. You know, make sure that your children are in the best positions. Make sure that they're not being influenced in the wrong type of ways neither. And again, just keeping that communication line open. If something is going wrong with them, they should be able to sit down and talk with you. Mom, I got a problem. Dad, I got a problem. Or even come to both. Yo, auntie, I got a problem. See, again, it's about trust. You know, and if they can't trust you, or if they feel like they can't trust you, they ain't gonna come to you. A child that trusts you or trusts that adult is gonna always be able to come to that adult no matter what the problem is. But when there's breaks in the foundation or breaks in the communication of things, oh, it's gonna be a very uphill battle. You know, and I think that is important again to just do that. You know, because again, the first teachers that they come into are you, because again, you are their first teachers. You know, when they're born into your arms, they're born into the family. You're the one that's responsible. So how do you expect them to be responsible and to carry the same old traditions and traits when you're not teaching them nothing? Again, that's like prime example. That's like if your child is having problems with reading, are you going to try to help them, or are you going to continue to let them struggle? When you continue to let them struggle with certain things that you know you can help them with, that's a problem in its own. You know, and again, that goes to show you really don't care about nothing outside of yourself. For those who plan on being parents, or for those who are going to be parents, again, whatever cycles you know was negative, that you know was directly affecting certain aspects of family life, at least while you was coming up, to be able to change it. Like again, if I know my child is suffering, can't read, or is having problems reading, my child might have dyslexia, my child might have something going on with them, period, that I know could be a problem. Why would I not sit there and try to help them get the best help possible? You know, my child could have anger issues, prime example. If I feel like what I'm doing is not helping as a parent, I still got to find other options to help my child. So when you're not doing things like that, don't expect anything good. No matter what your children are going through, no matter what your adopted children are going through, relatives, whoever you might have up under you, whatever they're going through, sit down and have a discussion with them, talk, see what's happening. You know? Nah, it's a whole fact. Exile, that's a whole fact right there. You just took the words right out of my mouth, which is true. You know, some of y'all trying y'all damnedest to live your second childhood or trying to live your best life. But again, you do have children. And it's not saying, oh, you're supposed to give up your life, but you are supposed to be able to compromise and sacrifice certain things because again, it's for the betterment of your child. You know, like there are some things again that we were not privy to because again, the adults back in that generation was trying to shield us from that. They was trying to keep us from going down that path, or they was trying to keep us from doing something that could possibly mess us up in the long run, which the majority of the time it worked. Yes, we did have some people who slipped through the cracks, but again, some of these people was coming from bad backgrounds. Like again, if you don't have no active parents, grandparents, or immediate family who could try to do what's necessary, what you think? You know, the streets was going to be the next option for them. Like right now, we know that a majority of these youth right now are leaning more towards the internet when it comes to certain things. You know, so again, what's the best option? You try to reach them on that best level right there. You try to reach them on that level when it comes down to how things are played out on social media. You know, if you're gonna allow your child to be on this internet, be on social media, you need to be making sure that they are into the right stuff. Even if you're not around, make sure they're not getting into nothing that can get them in trouble. And again, sometimes they're gonna lean towards advice from different people, but you want to make sure they're getting the right type of advice. You know, you don't want them to just be listening to somebody and they getting all forms of the wrong information. That's another thing. You know, being misinformed and not being told the truth will definitely scar people. You know, see, like right now, like I was saying, in some instances, you got some of these young women who are on social media, but some of them are giving out the wrong type of advice to these young queens out here. You know, and some of these queens are actually following that rhetoric. You know, I plan on having a deep conversation to a degree. Um, it'll probably be this week, definitely. But yeah, you know, I'm gonna have the link pinned so we can have this conversation because it feels important on both ends to find out what it is that people truly want. You know, people say they want certain things, but they ain't willing to do it. They ain't willing to put in the effort or the work. You know, like some, you know, like I said, some women, prime example. Give me 1 second, y'all. You know, you got some people who will cry about certain things. You know, but in the same token, you're not willing to change or compromise certain things. It's always going to be an issue when it comes to that. You know, like prime example, some of these, some of these young women are giving these other young women again the wrong type of advice, wrong type of advice. Give me 1 second, y'all. You know, giving out all the wrong forms of advice. Like you're telling them that these men have to be tall, they have to be handsome, they have to be rich, they have to be built, they have to be all of this. No, that's the wrong type of advice to give to somebody. Why I say that is because again, they shouldn't depend on these things when it comes down to choosing somebody you're going to be with. The things you should be telling them is, you know, making sure that they have full mental capability, make sure that they are on the up and up. Yes, make sure that they are, you know, goal orientated and doing something. But all that other stuff you're trying to tell them is falsehoods, you know. But you got people who are not on that list of things that they always try to go for. But these people are solid. They hold their own. They, you know, they do what's necessary. You know, my thing is again, being a true adult or being a true, you know, being a true person means that you're taking care of everything needed on your end. You know, like I said, the wrong advice that you're giving and the wrong advice that you're giving to these youth. And I'm not going to just say it's women, it's some men too that's giving the wrong type of advice to these young men. But again, You're supposed to make sure you're giving solid information and solid facts. Not everybody is going to be on the up and up. You know, some people it's going to take forever for them to be on the up and up because again, once they've been accustomed to doing certain things or once they've been accustomed to certain ways of life, it's up to that person to decide if they're going to change up or not. You know, so again, I think it's important to sit down and break down these conversations the way it's needed, so this way you learn something. You know, because again, you can't just go off of looks and money, and that's why I said I'm gonna have this conversation on another day because it's really gonna be an interesting convo, and I'll have the link pinned in case anybody do want to chime in on that topic. There'll definitely be some time this week because it'll be good to find out what exactly everybody is looking for. You know, what exactly qualifies a person to share your life, basically. you know, some people are not worthy to even be in that cycle or in that circle, even on a friendship level. But it's questions like, what exactly are you looking for? What exactly do you expect? You know, it'd be interesting to find out, especially from the people who have been supporting, what their intake on this conversation is going to be. You know, because again, I feel the best way to reach the youth, if not on here, is just sitting down and having a convo with them when you know it's important to have that convo with them. And again, it shouldn't be a one-sided conversation. You know, it takes two people to have a conversation, and it definitely takes two people to try to reach some form of conclusion. But it's good to try to find out what exactly is going to be probable for that person in their dating life. You know, you also want to make sure that your children, when they are coming of a certain age, again, you want to make sure that they're around the right type of individuals or just around the right type of situations. You know, again, nobody should feel peer pressure to do anything that they don't want to do. But another thing that I feel you parents need to start doing more of, and this is truth, there's a lot of y'all that need to, again, start sitting down and having these talks, you know, and breaking down the real truths when it comes down to anything in life, including dating, you know. But again, it's important that some of y'all make sure that your kids are around the right type of influences. Again, I know not everything in life is peachy keen and perfect, but also on the same token, there are some things that again should never be forced on young ones. Make sure that they are getting the proper care and also the proper education when it comes down to certain things. But yeah, I'm gonna definitely have this conversation. I'll give it take probably Tuesday or Wednesday. I'll have this conversation and I'll have the link pinned. And I also hope that I get some of the good folks up here for this good convo. Because I feel it's also important that people get, you know, different views about just anything. And I know we could make it happen because again, I've seen some people who have done it. One thing I will say to some of you women who are using social media as your platforms and as your come ups, especially those who are trying to quote unquote give dating advice. If you're going to give the negative aspects of dating, give the positive ones too. You know, facts. The earlier you start, easier it is. You can learn with your children. Exactly. See, and that's the whole process that people don't understand. yes, you are supposed to be teaching your children, but you're also learning as well too, because for some of y'all, it could be new to y'all. This whole being a responsible parent thing is not easy. Being a guardian is not easy, but it's worth it, because again, you're giving, but also gaining the right type of momentum. You're also gaining the right type of structure when you're doing so, you know. And again, you don't want your kids going down a certain road. You better start having them talks when necessary. When they're old enough to understand and comprehend certain things, as a parent, you sit down and have these talks with them. Like you sit down and have talks with them about prejudice. You also have these conversations about, injustices. Anything that for a fact is going to be a game changer for their life, you have that conversation with them about it. Like I said, teaching them the dangers of unprotected sex, teaching them the dangers of following the wrong crowd or being a part of the wrong situation. These are the talks you need to have with them when they're old enough to understand things. But also having a conversation with them about how to choose their friends wisely. Because again, some people are gonna think that they got some good friends, but then, the truth will rear its ugly head. And when it does, you know, a lesson that's gonna be learned. Nobody should have to learn those hard lessons. There are some lessons in life you're gonna learn regardless in a hard way, because that's also gonna build your character and build your overall structure of how you think and how you move and how you motivate. You know, it didn't come with a handbook. It's all about knowing your children and making them feel loved and supported. That's a fact, series. And that's what people fail to realize. It's a learning experience on both ends. The children are learning from you, but you're also learning because, again, you've had some form of guidance. For some of y'all who are coming from, whether it's a single parent home or a two parent home, you know, you've had the guidelines right in there the whole time, because that parent has been adamant on being a part of your life. If that person has also been with you through the ups and downs, has had these conversations with you in the long haul, guess what? That's what you want to try to strive for. That's what they should be trying to strive for. But again, the most important factor of anything is just keeping that communication line open. You know, should be no gray areas in any form of anything. Shouldn't be. You know, nothing in life is ever easy, but in the same token, shouldn't be that hard to have certain conversations when needed, because those certain conversations will definitely lead to better results. You know, but like I said, in most instances, again, some of you parents, it is time to again build that structure. You know, have these talks. So for you future parents, same thing. Have these talks when necessary. London, baby. You already know, if y'all just tuned in, hit the like button. And if y'all new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. But I think it's important. Fellas, time for y'all to teach these young kings out here what's truthful. Teach them what you can teach them and try to mold them into the best life. Ladies, same thing. Y'all gotta teach these young queens that, there's certain things that, it's just not gonna be tolerated. Like, prime example, you can't sit here and say a liar is your pet peeve, but then you out here lying as well too. I've seen a video and I wish I could have saved that video, but if I come across it, I'm gonna definitely pin it up one of these days. Because I want to give a prime example of what not to do. This one girl was trying to say her pet peeve is liars and cheats, right? How can you say that's your pet peeve when you're the one out here cheating and lying to the person that you're supposed to be dealing with. You know, there are some things that are being said on here and done on here that again, kids shouldn't be following. These young ones shouldn't be following because in the long run, it's going to do them more damage than good. So again, it's just time to really build and keep that communication line open and be structured. You know, I feel bad for some people because again, there are some people who don't have that. They don't have that extra love and attention, and they definitely don't have somebody who is trying to guide them in the right direction. You know, and I think that's important. You know, in order for structure to be built a certain way, again, the conversations need to be had. You know, when those kids grow up, they would call the parents and they would call the parents out and be scolded for that. It doesn't make sense. No, it doesn't. You know, that's just like prime example. And I'm gonna say for some of you women out there who might be in a certain situation, the worst thing you can do right now, or some of you men too, the worst thing y'all can do is lie to your children about scenarios. Like for some of y'all women, you lying about who the kid's father is. That shit needs to stop. If you know who the hell the child's father is, I don't care what your scenario situation is with them. You need to let that be known that listen, you got a child out here. You know, it's time for you to be responsible. But I would say in some instances, you know, again, just be careful in who you giving your body to. You know, I think that's one of the worst things you could do is lie to your child about who their father is. And you want to know why I say that, or even lying, prime example, and saying that the father is not doing nothing when you know for a fact that person has been trying to do whatever. Those are the worst scenarios, in my opinion, because again, when them kids get older or when they start understanding more and they realize what's what, they're gonna resent you more than anything. Right now, I know three people who are going through it with their mothers. Why? Because their mothers decided to lie about their fathers. Meanwhile, their fathers wasn't bad people. One of them didn't even know he had a child. She literally kept that from him all that time. That's the worst thing you can do is lie the whole time to say that your father didn't care about you, your father left, your father did this, when your father didn't know shit. You know, don't hide these things from your children. You know, be truthful about it. You know, even if you don't want to admit certain things, you're still gonna have to. Because the minute you decide to lie and keep these things from them again, they will call you out for that. You don't want your kids growing up to resent you, or you don't want your kids, you know, hating you for certain things you've done. You better keep it open and honest with them from jump. Don't hide nothing. Like I said, communication is a must. But also, I'm gonna say this: um, in some instances, and I'm gonna say this even for you young fellas out there. Right now, it's so easy to either try to get a DNA test in any aspect, whether it's from that hospital or um, even these tests that they got in the pharmacies and stuff now. Do it yourself shits, right? Make sure that that's your child, no matter what the situation is. You know, because the one thing some of y'all can't get mad about, you know, like you got some people who get mad and say, "Oh, that's messed up. That person won't be responsible. That person won't take care of this child." They're gonna be some men that are like that. If it's not my responsibility, why should I be responsible? And why should I be taking care of something that the father should be taking care of? I overheard a conversation the other day, and I just shook my head in disgust because you know this girl was trying to come at this dude, but in the same token, this dude did more for you and your children than the actual father, and you got contact with the father. Make that make sense. You know, that's why I said those talks is necessary. Don't hide things from your children. I don't care how ugly the truth may be. You don't hide the truth from your child, because again, at some point you will get called out for it, and at some point they will resent you, and that's the worst feeling is being resented by your children. I don't care how you look at it. So again, you know, be responsible. Be responsible in who you giving your body to, but also just be responsible when it comes down to breaking down these conversations with these children. For some of you ladies out there, if you know the father is a good man, even if things didn't work out relationship wise or marriage wise, don't lie to these children and say that, oh, your father didn't care or your father wasn't this. And no, because if that father wasn't shit like you say he was, you wouldn't have went that far and had a child with him. That's all I'm saying for some of y'all. Just again, be careful. Be careful in who you preserving yourself for. You know, because yeah, you're gonna have irresponsible people. I'm not saying that there ain't irresponsible people out there, but again, it's solely up to you to make that decision. Like again, if you know for a fact this person ain't about nothing, ain't trying to do nothing, why would you lay up and have a child, knowing that they ain't gonna do nothing? And vice versa. Some of you fellas out there, you know these women ain't responsible. You know they only care about partying and doing this and doing that. Why would you lay down and have a child with them, knowing that that's going to be a problem? See, I could give that advice because again, I spent 16 years with somebody, so I pretty much know. I chose responsibly. I didn't just go out there with the fact of just trying to be with somebody. I made sure I covered everything that needed to be covered before I even got into it. And that's what a lot of y'all should do. You know, cover your tracks and cover your grounds and make sure everything is everything before you just jump out there, you know? Because once there's life involved, oh, it's going to be a whole different story, you know? It's going to be a whole different story. And again, you want to make sure that your youth or your children, you know, don't get caught up in the same scenario like some people get caught up in. So again, it's important to never hide anything from your child that don't need to be hidden. Teach them the responsibility, you know, teach them that if they are going to try to create their own family and do their own thing when they get older, that there are going to be certain responsibilities they're going to have to uphold, you know. But also, again, make sure that communication line is where it need to be, strong and structured, you know. But nonetheless, like I said, today was just going to be a light conversation about these things because, again, some people are falling for the trap again. But I think it's important for a lot of you adults, a lot of you parents, or soon to be parents, to again be on board with what's needed in order for a great family structure to continue to be a great family structure. Again, make sure your children know what they need to know and do it right. You know, it don't have to be perfect, but just make sure you do it right. You know, let them know that this is what it is, this is what it could be if you're not responsible. But yeah, like I said, I'm gonna have a different conversation. You know what? I could do that conversation tomorrow. Let's see how this all pans out. But yeah, I'm gonna have the link pin, and anybody that want to be involved in the conversation, you're more than welcome. I wasn't gonna hold y'all too crazy with the conversation because it is a blissful, blissful Sunday. So, for those that are here, for those that's in the shadows watching, y'all already know what I'm about to get into. I'm about to get into some madness and some effery, but the good effery on top of that. But yeah, just something to be lightly discussed today. Again, as an adult, as a parent, as a guardian, it is your responsibility to make sure you're protecting your child at all costs, but also making sure that you're not hiding nothing from them that could damage them in the long run, or that could possibly damage your already strong foundation. You know, yo, I know you still new here. I usually do have a link pin. I usually do have the link pin in case any of these conversations people want to chime in on. Um, Today I wasn't pinning no link because I didn't plan on talking too long. Just wanted to have a little brush up and a little dust up with some of these scenarios. Again, even for some of y'all adults that's on here, whether you're parents or not, if you're utilizing social media, these young ones could be following or you could be listening to what you're saying. And if you're saying the wrong things, you're only doing the worst by them because you're basically setting them up for failure. Like, again, got some of these women on here who are telling these young queens this is what they should be looking for and this is what it should be. No, the person that they are supposed to be looking for doesn't always got to be tall, doesn't always got to be handsome, doesn't always got to have money. As long as that person has principles, morals, understanding, and is goal orientated, that should be the most important thing. As long as that person is loyal, as long as that person is willing to go the distance, and as long as that person is down for the ride, that should be the most important thing. That's why I created my channel so my boy can watch when I'm no longer here. Nah, it's a whole fact. For some people, they are utilizing social media because, again, when it's all said and done, and it's time for you to meet your maker, you want to make sure that they at least know that, look, this is what I was doing, this is what's happening, you know, and this is what I was given as far as advice, or this is what, you know, this is what it should be. Again, we know in some situations, some people are going to listen to what they feel resonates with them. But again, you're going to have people that are following you that still are lost in their life and don't really know up from down. But when you're sitting here giving the wrong advice, telling them this is what it should be, when you know that is false, that's a problem. That's just like what you telling. That's just like what some of you fellas trying to say. Oh yeah, yeah, your girl got to be bad. She got to be bad. She got to be this. She got to be this. She got to be that. No, it's the same way around. Let me make sure this woman is mentally stable and capable of being with me. Let me make sure that this person is not going to lie, cheat, or do anything to me that I feel would be a violation. Let me make sure this person is going to be down for the long haul and not run off on me. You know, those are things that's important. Let me make sure that the person that I'm with is just responsible, not just responsible for themselves, but responsible for us as a whole. Let me make sure that he's not or she's not making decisions that could damage what we're trying to build. You know, again, structure, communication. You need to be telling them that communication is a must on any level. It's a must. The minute you're not being expressive on certain scenarios and certain situations, you can forget about it. You know, and I think that will and still always will be the most important thing: communication. Once you have strong communication, everything else pretty much will fall in line. You know, but yeah, you know what? Tomorrow night, because I think I'm gonna start doing the nights again, y'all. I'm thinking about it. I think I'm gonna start doing the nights again. But when I do, trust me, we gonna definitely have these conversations. we're gonna have these conversations. But again, it's important. And I'm gonna have the link pinned in case anybody want to chime in on that convo tomorrow. We're gonna definitely sit down and have a talk about it. And for anybody that is here, y'all more than welcome to hit that link when the link is pinned. Let's talk about it. You know, that's the thing now. Communication more than anything is important. How can we relay an idea, or how can we relay certain messages when we're not willing to sit down and have these discussions? You know, it could be game changing in some instances because, again, if you're going to be utilizing these platforms, just make sure that everything is on the up and up. You know, don't be giving out the wrong information. You know, because those type of bad ideas that both you men and women are giving, there'll definitely be a downfall for some who are listening or could be following. So just be careful. But like I said, I'm gonna definitely have this conversation tomorrow. But for the rest of y'all, get your dance shoes ready. We in here. I just wanna do is just work overnight. Say your line, but I didn't see that side, but I gotta go and I gotta run it up. Big words never coming in cause I was supposed to say I ain't even go front. Say girl, but it's just too much. It's delicious, it's good. 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 Facts, y'all. You already know. I just wanna go with this on you and I say girl, but that I ain't really been on that time. Cause she want me, I know. Side up, she got it low. Side up, but it's too much, it's too much, it's too much. It's too much, it's too much, it's too much. It's too much, it's too much, it's too much. It's too much, it's too much, it's too much. It's too much, it's too much, it's too much. It's too much, it's too much. Yeah. I see you out here serious, baby. I see you, DD, baby. No, that's a fact, though. I'm tired of the same stories, the same games, the same lies, the same tricks that you play and think I won't realize. The same I'll come again, I waste my damn time. I say we better as friends, she thinks she all mine. Come and go, it's when we come and go, and follow me home. As long as she know that I want some falling down. Don't think I can take it no more, I don't know. If I can stay in it, though I love it, I need to let it go. Like, I know that you're scared that I might just find another. From the scheme that we can play it. Find another player. I'm losing it. You losing it.
How can we be friends when we wish it fucking? I like the same stories, the same games, the same lies, the same shit that you play and think I won't realize. The same I'll come again, now what's my damn time? I say we better as friends, she thinks she all mine. Come and go, these women come and go, like far we go. As long as she know that I want her. Don't think I can contain it no more. I don't know. I can stay even though I love her. Let me go. Let me go. I seen it all. Baby, yes, I done seen it all. You help me now. I think I'm just dying now. Then she can make falling in, loving and I got a lot of thoughts. And tell me, girl, what are we if we died as? The same stories, the same games, the same lies, the same shit that you play and think I won't realize. The same I come again, I was my damn time. I said we better as friends, she thinks she all mine. Come we go, bitch, women come we go, like come we go. As long as she know that I was her, I don't think I can contain it no more. I don't know, I can stay even though I love her. You say that you need me, but I don't feel needed. Girl, I've been through your hardest, and you broke me enough. Catch me before I fall down. Girl, I've been through everything. Don't give me trust me, cause I can see you. Don't give me trust me, cause I can see you. Don't give me trust me, cause I can see you. Don't give me trust me, cause I can see you. So let's take a take some. So let's take a take some. Let's take a see how let's take a see how let's take a see how let's take a see how. Cause I can change your life. I can give you everything. So keep me in your mind, and everything is not just you do everything. You know exactly what you want from me. You know exactly what turns you on, what's me. And I can't live again. Oh. Too much passion, love actions, I'm actions, we love. Started going through the pain with you. Started going through the pain with you. Don't really tell me on you. Don't gotta blame on you. Am I talking about you, girl? Trust me, trust me, trust me.
Let's see, are you serious, baby? Hey. We go back in this crates real quick. Relax. You ain't never seen a nigga this large, never the fuck
the house, a nigga garage, it's as big as the barge. I move from city to city like a nigga at large. It's smooth as Billy Lee, but it's chick as the bars. Like you really gone. You look calm, but on the inside, you softer than a silicone. Tell me the chill is wrong with me. You can look at the kid and see just how them chinchillas gone fit me. I strut through like I can steal a throne with me. Pockets open like I got some millions with me. Any bitch that kill a Jones with me. End up butt ass that get inside and feel a home with me. I got a ziplock, a killer grown with me. A hit of this body, you let me feel a bone with me. Just in a crowd with us like you feel a bone with me. I really don't get me, I really won't get me. Yeah.
I think y'all know by now that I ain't nothing to be funky. I think y'all know by now that I don't get by with you funky. I think hoes know by now that I'm that nigga they should funky. I think y'all know by now it's FACO.
Hey, ain't you that guy? There's no one else compared to ain't you that fly. Put a flow point blank through that guy. And there's nothing that you do, ain't do that I ain't do that mine. Earliest convenience, a girl ain't between since the features a little more. Over 2 million people, I reach you a little slow. Instead, sounding like the kid's speeches a little slow. Personally, I think that we're reaching a little low. But now they go just to get a feature so it flows. Stay on the ground, get away from the bleachers and little holes. Hustle the black star, power on broad. Even devil worshipers got up out of the God. I know, so you cowards is hard. Your career is dead, so I send flowers and stars with hours and stars.
I think y'all know by now that I ain't nothing to be funky. I think y'all know by now that I don't get by with you funky. I think hoes know by now that I'm that nigga they should funky. I think y'all know by now it's FACO.
I think they know by now. Fuck up, B. Yeah. But I'm with that STREETFAMILY. And you non-spelling motherfuckers. Street family. Yeah. Brooklyn. Fuck up. Word to Brooklyn.
See you again in Series 17.
You're the reason to run around with the shoes on your knees. She got me running. Shopping, here we go.
Hey, Lara, what's going on? What's going on?
Since he's such a boss, she can hire what she wants. She can have
Appreciate everybody that's rocking out. We in here.
You can try it if you want, but it's gonna cost you. Bags with the jeans, Jim's with the horseshoe. She can go to work a chair like a boss do. That nigga ain't your nigga, let's see him boss you. They say it ain't tricking if you got it, they lying. They say it ain't tricking if you got it, she mine.
Hopefully you got your dance shoes on, Laura.
I'm playing for the food, you niggas be kind.
She got me running.
You already know, sis, how we do it. If you get money, just believe it.
We up in bonus going dumb again. Every time we leave the managers, they come again. Honestly, she's probably old enough to be my mama friend. She just want that feeling back. I make her feel young again. If a car decline, you need to check her shit or run again. They don't give you limits when you
You know me, all I do is drink coffee.
It's supposed to paper around the magnet. As soon as it approves, you can throw it in the bag.
She make sure to say the least. And if I get a call, then she make sure to pay the least. She used to have a husband till she found out that he cheats, and then she filed for divorce. And like the bank account of creep, she got a condo with a view, a house with a pool. Son is 26, but he just went away to school. She always show me pictures of him, tell me that's a baby. I hope that I never meet him, that nigga look crazy. And now I'm spending on my lady chicks. She got me feeling like my daddy back in '86. Yeah, she say she lucky that she is. No, I'm lucky that you mine, baby. You know what it is.
That on me, all I do is drink coffee and you underneath, you know what I mean? If you drinking coffee, if you drinking coffee, if you drinking coffee.
Shorty so nice, I don't mean polite. When I say nice, I mean looking right, and you can't put a price on something looking right. If they ask how much, tell them what it's looking like. Everything I buy fly, it's like I'm booking flights. If I'm on it, I'ma get it. That should not be to the light. And that's on everything I got a crazy lady. So money ain't a thing. Chasey, like Chasey, it's lady. It's beyond saying. Supporting your woman goes beyond paying. Watching me ballers like Lee Broadcast.
It's all the coffee. They say it ain't coffee if it ain't got sugar. They lying.
She crying. They talk about food. Niggas, you crying.
You know what I mean? All I do is drink a coffee and you gotta leave. You know what I mean?
If you get money,
I said if you drinking coffee, if you drinking coffee, if you drinking coffee, just throw it in the mug. Hold on. Remix.
I can't blame you if you want to leave. Cause I'm not the man that I want you to be. Let you change that has come over me.
Remix is better. Don't start that crap. You can't block me out my own channel. Remember that. Remember that. But I can put you on timeout, Daniel. I don't wanna play no games.
That I used to be. No.
Can't take back the coffee that I drank before.
Oh, baby, I'm promising
That my coffee's yours. Yours.
easy, baby. You gotta believe me, baby. All I'm asking for is one more chance. I'll take it from you.
Oh, that's it. You dare me? Hold on. Let me find you real quick.
Man, that I used to be. I wanna do right. I wanna spend my life with you. Change your nature, my name, baby.
Kalani, what's going on, my guy? Better have your dance shoes on, man.
I can't deny you know me for being true. One way of saying sorry, take you through this way. You tell me all you really wanted was to see more. Then it's crust give me hard like a meat. I hear a rock from you instead of picking you. I neglected you, we didn't love, didn't kiss enough. But you never do nothing up in my face. Give me all your love and you want more. Now I see you never find another like you. You the type, make a player wanna wipe you. For me and you. This money's not an issue, and I miss you when I touch you. I can feel it to my bone crystals.
No doubt, Kalani. I gotta mod you up. I thought I did that already. I got you though. Appreciate you, my guy. You already. Remix.
For the ladies, the kids, girl. Your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, everything. To the top, chill. I think I might bite some. You know, powder blue, rocker with suit, white nightclub. My niggas like her. She been walking through the grind, girl. You put in that top like little lifers. You got tight, used to hook you and chill. So I tight, plus she cook up a middle. Had to hook up for real. More headaches and stress cause the chopper ball. She's all good cause her sex be my Tylenol. That's baby dollar ball. She the first thing childish bro. Give me the sex, then I'm tired of y'all. Trying to find the next to provide for y'all. I got my baby girl. Plus she about to drop my baby girl. Forget about all the rumors you
For those that might be late to the conversation, you gotta definitely catch this replay. So, you know.
Can't find a better love than that, my baby girl.
Don't stop giving me that coffee. I need that creamer for my coffee. Need 2 sugars in my coffee. You got me going crazy.
Coming up, I thought Cuba was stupid. Only 2 loves, my family and music. Falling through something, just couldn't do it. It was the beginning of time. And you was like 9, but goddamn, you was fine. Used to stay on my mind when I was out of my grind. Open up the bags when I'm tapping my dimes. Damn, in the spittle stood, got me for the rentals. Popped up, mashed it with me and got me funnels. Sick with the plastic, what can I say? Bitches say to run away, I had to lay day. Gossip been watching me, running back. Moved up north, kind of fell off track. Still my people though, love when I
All the coffee, off the bat.
Forever my dog, even when I downfall. First in line with all the chickens involved. What?
Don't stop giving me that coffee.
I won't give up for nothing. There's no when I see going crazy, I need to step on the snap upstairs. We the youngest in charge, so lead them other scrubs. We give you better love, the same time as tough. Baby, I'm still the same as me, but the game is either. You can take 2, we don't need to bring your people. Lingerie Cypher, she got it going on. That's can't stop, won't stop. We got them going on, we got them all alone. Just as nobody's wrong. I'ma hit it, you can hit it. Walk out and I'm on. Ever since the day I saw your face, yeah, my mind told me you were the one that was down for me. Baby, when I get less, I'm gonna do what you want. I'll be there truly. Don't you let turn you away from the love that you need. My dear, I don't want to stay around with you 'cause I know I found love in my life. I'm stuck kissing you, loving 'cause my heart's been racing for your love.
I ain't messing with you.
For nothing, 'cause there's no I see going crazy. Got me thinking about you, baby. Could you keep on one only lady? 'Cause there's no
Don't stop giving me my coffee. I need my creamer for my coffee.
don't give it up for nothing.
Remix. Exactly, Kalani. Put them coffee cups in the chat, man. You can't resign, serious. You're on a lifetime contract.
Me, they need to do better math. Your boy a good look, but scream I better have. I'm already bossing, already flossing, but why have a chick if it ain't got to sweet frosting? Keeping me on my A game.
But again, for those who are coming into the comments or coming into the chat, mate, definitely catch the replay.
The sag in my swag, kept in my step. Daddy do the Gucci, mommy in the steps. Yes, it's a cheat day. Whenever we swing, I'm a nigga red Scott if I won't be king. I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a boss when we're together. I'm good out for myself, but baby you make me better. 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 First things first, that's what I do. Everything I am, she's running through. I'm already gone. I'm already gone.
I ain't messing with you, Siri. Yeah, I ain't messing with you.
She give me the stop.
Laura gonna enjoy the tea association. All the coffee cups in the chat, y'all know what it is. About to say, where's James when you need him? Shoot. And when I feel like I'm tired, that coffee keeping me wired. I'm on fire.
I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a boss when we're together. Mommy, I'm good out for myself, but baby, you make me better. 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 You make me better.
She stole my sweater. Oh.
I'm a woman like a soldier.
I'ma summon him.
Right when I'm wrong, so I never slip. Show me how to move, that's why I never trip. And baby girl, you so major, it's your front page. God bless the parents who made you. Listen to anybody who made them. When we burn it up, I'm a movement for myself, but I'm a force when we're together. Mommy, I'm good out for myself, but baby, you make me better. 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 Yeah, baby. The lames you playing with, they gonna put you down. We trying to compliment you, you know? Make it better. Top notch chef, nice little meal, living good, no stress. They ask you how you doing now, something better than them. I'm a movement for myself, but I'm a boss when we're together. Mommy, I'm good out for myself, but baby, you make me better. 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 You make me better.
Remix. Appreciate everybody that's rocking out. Those who are late to the conversation, y'all can definitely rewind and catch the replay. And tomorrow I will be having this open panel convo, so y'all know what time it is.
I'ma take a bougie ass to a hotel and then let her pick up whatever she want. 60 Gucci, he gon' take up whatever she want. She piss me off, now she still get whatever she want. Talking about another friend, another as a home. Hit it in the shop, made her tell me what she want. Like I'm singing mix, I made her tell me what she want.
She on a power trip again. No, I gotta get my damn coffee in my chin.
Friends ain't jacking me, you must be lying to your friends. They don't want a piece, I wait the giants up again. Shining once again, ran it up. I told her mama, shining my DMs. Now I'm right back in. Locked in. Shawty got that dress on, so the block is hot again. Think so when I hit it, sound like fuck a alien. Got ass again. Then she got it tripping up another yet again. Got a nigga feeling like my emotions, then I rush.
My fingers are broken because I'm drinking this coffee. Hold on. I got you.
I'ma take a bougie ass to a hotel and then let her pick up whatever she want. 60 Gucci, you gon' take her whatever she want. She pissed me off, so she still get whatever she want. Talking about another, I'm trying to nail her as her own. Hit it in the shop, made her tell me what she want. Like I'm saying, Mason made her tell me what she want.
There you go. There you go. What up?
Huh, spoil her ass again. Take her to the dealership, the Porsche got a plan. Her Patty got a bang, her hold it to the lens. Put the ice, I bought her on and show it to your friends. Shop it till we lean, her, and let's make it even. She don't hold it down, that she spicy like her hand. Yeah, spicy like the hand and the bed don't make no sense. I'm finna take a bougie ass to a hotel and then let her pick up whatever she want.
Coffee, tea, or fucking drinks, whatever she want.
She pissed me off, so she still get whatever she want. Talking about another, I'm finna nail her ass at home. Hit it in the shop, made her tell me what she want. Like I'm singing Mace, I made her tell me what she want.
Remix.
Radio killer.
I messed up.
People, you do a thing. Mike on the rap, she'll make the same thing. I was on her, she was on him. Y'all up on my thing, and the thing on her hip. THTL, Papa, don't know how to act. Couple one song, it came right back, running on me. Rest of the night, high, and start looking at it. Right, no more say bye. White Peter with the denim. She keep the middle on high. Man, it's all go. Man, it's all go. Sorry. She got fingers to her head, trying to call all that she got.
Oh, that's edited. I don't like that. I get rid of that off my playlist. I don't do editing. Sorry, I don't do it.
Me and little shawty in that, talking about this, talking about that. Got a little Patron, she acting all bad. Girl chose me, don't be mad. Girl, they told y'all don't bring them in the club. When she rock that, got the boy in love.
Oh snap! Who making bread? I want some brownies.
No mama say bye. White Peter with the denim. She keep the meals on high. Man, look at Shawty go. Man, look at Shawty go. Sorry.
Making brownies over there. I'm like.
Dropping down to the floor, I'm like, Shawty, you should go, but she like, man, calling it me.
Wow. Well, make a batch for me then.
American dreamer. Lose your money, you won't see me. Hey, another dude, got me up in here with some step. Alright, you put your on me, now I'm on her. Walking up the club, shouting what's up. In the worst way, 'cause I just found out that it's a birthday. I'm so don't say bye. White Peter with the middle. She keep the middle on high. Man, look at Shawty go. Man, look at Shawty go. Sorry. Trying to call on whatever she like. That she dropped down to the floor.
I know you got me. I know you got me, baby.
Calling it me, I want me.
My brownies got weed, and now I need some more. Ah,
Part of me feels so bad, but not that bad. Situation got you mad. I would be too, 'cause damn she bad, damn she bad, 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 damn she bad, 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 bad.
Riaz, what's going on, my guy? Remix. I love the way this chronic hits. What kind of strain is this? Okay, I'm about to purchase this, and I'm about to roll the shit. I can't be helped, serious. I can't be helped. You gotta roll an entire blunt. Roll an entire blunt. Kind of purple and sour runs. Like the way it's chronic hits. What kind of strain is this? Okay, I'm about to purchase this, and I'm about to roll this shit. It's smoking like Kalani's. You gotta, you gotta roll an entire blunt. Roll an entire blunt. Get purple and sour runs. You already know, Riaz. I like the way this chronic hits. What kind of strain is this? Okay, I'm about to purchase this, and I'm about to smoke this shit. Okay, I got this chronic bitch. Remix. Yeah. Boosie, what's going on, my guy? I like the way this chronic hits. What kind of strain is this? Okay, I'm about to purchase this, and I'm about to smoke this shit. I'm smoking on this chronic bitch. My bad, yeah. You gotta, you gotta roll an entire blunt. Roll an entire blunt. Smoking that purple and sour runs. Don't encourage my madness on a Sunday. I need you to roll it up, and I need you to smoke it up. Is it fair enough? I think the way this chronic is okay, this okay. I'm about to burn this. I'm about to smoke this shit. Don't be in the shadows and not hit that like button, shadow huggers. Hit that like button, man. Remix.
Real talk. Listen. Yes, please. The last word she said to me. Now I wish
Serious is not gonna help, baby.
we may gotta shed tears.
Y'all all gonna laugh, cry, and shed tears. Come on now. For those that was late to the conversation, y'all definitely make sure y'all catch the replay. We in here though.
Baby, girl, I need you back. Gotta have you back. Heartbroken when you left my world. Man, I wish I would have kept my girl. My girl. I don't know what I'm going to do without my baby. It's driving me crazy, crazy. Because I can see my baby. I'm going out of my mind. I'm running out of time. Oh, I just wish I could find the girl. I'm about to go crazy, crazy, crazy. I'm going out of my head and
I said word for shot.
oh, baby, what you see now? Still I want Leave today. If I could wind the time inside your mind, I would take back all my words. I didn't
See you out here, serious baby. Hey.
See, baby, come on, fine. I wish I could try to be the man that you deserve. Give me one chance.
And if you ain't dancing in the chat, you should be dancing wherever you at. It's Sunday, damn it. Act like you happy to be alive today. Shit. My bad, y'all. I had to get crazy real quick. Oh, what?
I never said I'm not. So be back. I want it the way you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, I'm trying to stay strong, I don't wanna crack, but I need it. And she told me I was gonna want her back. Should've believed in that, wishing I could throw me back to that exact spot where we battled LOVE at. Lose some and I lose again. But I'm gonna win some. I said a lot of.
Oh, let's escalate it, serious. Let's escalate it. Come on now. I got time today.
When I thought you was used to me, time is against me. You never miss.
See you out here, serious baby.
That's my word, man. You convince me. It might not happen, but I'm still hoping. And my heart is broken, but the door is still open. Pillow still soaking, the board's still broken. Gun still lit, and the bottle's still open. If I don't get another chance, it'll be hard to get open.
One chance to make you crazy. Out of my mind, running out of time. I just wish I could find you, girl. Oh, crazy. Love of my life, but I wasn't loving you right, baby. Yeah. Crazy. So my baby, I'm going out of my mind. I'm running out of time. I just wish I could find you, girl. Crazy.
Sounded good on paper, sounded good. You ain't on demon time, you on brownie time. That's it. That's it. See, now y'all gotta blame Sirius for the next song that's getting played. See, you ain't on demon time, you on brownie time, and you on my time. So I got you. I got you. Don't encourage my madness now. Remix.
Bounce that ass low and clear. You see the motherfuckers that don't talk shit. Running motherfucker, baby, show me and they go for the money, ready to ride when they go from the lid. Go to the Chevy, go to the truck. The real motherfucker never roll any butt.
See you right getting the serious, baby. Hey. Side to side.
All the hoes that are freak niggas with the belly, let's get bumped up in the club. And all
My soldiers, gangsters.
the hoes that was rocking, niggas on the feeling that's go get us inside. We gotta trust them like us, some passion, but nigga bustin', we bustin' back. Guys that roll them bikes and pin. Guns with a piss that shoulder skin. Real niggas want your best friend at the pin. Real hoes that your best friend or got me. Cause I was squeezing out to make a full blast to disappear like a genie. Move to the left to the genie. While I'm hoes breaking up on the phone, my queen. It's like no nigga in the work, I see me when the work clouds and try God. Little nothing, babies in a mistake. If you won't, I don't think I bomb.
By now, everybody should know that the kid's spit tight and this kid get fire like 2.5 miles. Only with the magazine that I read, that's when I buy my guns on. I'm even not just in that one stomach. That's just your run from it. And it cooks from the kind of they gotta go like a pimp when I lie holes. I'm the same motherfuckers counting that dough, cooking that cook for a pint of
goes. Cause my friend don't tell the top that I can't cop. I don't care if I got a cat me a cop. Because I got enough money, cop me a drop. Cop enough blocks. Jack open up boots so I can go up and count. No, I knows to eat up the juice. You get your creep up on me. I want to join y'all in the cap with the leader on me. And the only one leaving is me. And the only one leaving is you. Trying to please with me. All I rock is E-N-Y-C, N-Y-C with a Y-T. All I really do is argue. Nevertheless, R-Y-D-E-D-R-N-G. To the dash O-N. Catch me smoking O-N when you die. Niggas soaking and it's open. Gotta keep that shit for the five bitches and all my nerves. But the work that's so bad to stick up their balls and I love. But the work can be run on the Twister. Kill me, gangsta, that's right. Hustler, feel me. Gotta keep that shit for the five bitches and all my nerves. But the work that's so bad to stick up their balls and I love. But the work can be run on the Twister. Kill me, gangsta, that's right. Hustler.
It only take me a small handful.
Hold the fuck up, look at that. Listen up, these motherfuckers don't know what's real out here. So buy you, they go, so get ignorant. Gotta keep that shit for these bitches and all I know. The ones that throw out these stick ups and ball and nah. What do they say when they see trying on the Twitter? Murder for bouncing beat. My bloody philosophical smoking on top of the achieving our missions impossible. And I'm the block that you, I'm a pop at you. If the wrong apply, there's nothing I can do. Should not have fuck with this, nothing logical. When I'm into loving, take it, don't you break it, your booty to save it. Can't take it, wanna see you make it out of drunk and blue motherfucker, so you know I'm lit up. Everybody get up, come with a twister, it's a sticker. This what it should kick up, fill up this clip up. Let's fucking some liquor, play more than twister. Let's see if you know it, who miss y'all. I know that there was y'all, that's why I gotta do it now. Better burn you out, take it, but they gotta take that, turn it out. Especially when I feel like, turn around, I can turn it out. So they come back and I think it's time to get dirty now. I'm tired of seeing clowns, thinking now we should shine like
See you out serious, baby.
all night, sitting there for the trip, that gasoline and I like.
That way we won't miss you. Got ignorant and got slow again. I like this shit. Remix.
What y'all niggas Ruby, Poppy screaming out of their mouth. Bombshell, just a second, mommy wanna speak out. What I need in my life, make the body freak out. Baby sting like the tide, every nigga sneak out. Like I'm born, y'all. Yes, I be appalling, y'all. Ball tight, hold it down. Wanting y'all, calling y'all, never chasing me down. Beats, heartbroken, yes, you hating me now. She speaks, talk spoken till she dating the clown. I'm taking them down, bring them in and making them drown. Mistake. I say, give me blood, I'm taking it now. What I need from a nigga, negative in the sound. All dastity, even asking me for ass. I laugh, this bitch is fast and free. Slotting them off when I see this nigga's a fleet. Plotting the call, so rich as millionaire wanna be. What y'all niggas want? Can't touch.
Oh, snap. Brownies are done, son.
Who that?
Brownies.
Since I started my life, if you know my name, probably the dangerous side. Brick house, stallion, think you paying me right? Not this baby down, Philly, she stay raising the rock. Keep it pretty, okay, make it gritty, be a lady. Me boots, pocket books, and the baby created. But to keep it calm and cool. When I'm heated, I suggest you move. Just avoid a bad situation, but you have to prove. Leave a beat, chicken squawking, hating frequently. Man, they manage success and stalking me. Get me icy enough, I'm pricing this up. Be nicey enough to let them spin. I'm calling your bluff, putting it down. Rough riders putting they work. Snapped up the illest vicious pit bull in the skirt, making them hurt. Haters said he dishing the dirt, changing the game, setting the rules, making it work. What y'all niggas want? Can't touch. All y'all niggas need what we need, and I'm lost right here. Sound y'all want it.
Who that?
Just me. I'm not one man. It's my time, leaving them scared. Mommy taking all of this head, all of this fame. I'm hungry, but you kept prepared. Niggas set me up and I'ma take it and run. Think it's a game? Just check out how my phone had it done. Stop and shine, and I do it to perfection. Made a promise every time I touch the mic to bless them. Used to tease me, now I keep it greasy just to test them. These handcuffed niggas, but I don't arrest them. Shorty bang, hit a nigga saying, shouting my name. Make the thuggish niggas scream, watching me in the tank. Make brick when I lick the lip, just keeping it plain. fantasizing about this bitch, got him going insane. Fools and I, 5'7", thinking the thigh. Every thug's dream white, see the love in their eyes. My time to shine, okay?
Oh, snap. Yeah, serious, yeah. What y'all want, huh? Spike brownies?
What we need in our lives right here. Sound y'all want it. Who that? Who that? Switch me. I'm the one you made. It's my time, baby. What y'all niggas want? What we want, can't touch. All y'all niggas need. What we need in our lives right here. Sound y'all want it. Who that? Who that? Switch me. I'm the one you made. It's my time, baby. 99, 2000, Rough Riders, True Hill, Switch Beats, Eve, coming for that ass.
Oh, let me go back in these crates real quick since I'm on volume 2 shit. Every time they did a song together, that shit came out hot.
Yeah. Some people love peace, red benches, something moving quickly. Out of town, how they gonna find a moving swiftly? 5 steps ahead of the best, so that's nothing.
Oh, damn it. D, don't come back in here dancing. Where my plate at? I don't forgot what he asked me to play. Shoot. Damn it. Hold on, I gotta scroll back up. Man. Come on, man. I'm in the zone, man. Come on, man. I ain't laughing with you, D. I ain't gonna come back in here dancing. I ain't bringing nobody no plate, no cup of juice, nothing. And before you say something, don't say leave Dee alone. I'm bothering her today, damn it.
Chick the nut is a nut, and they always keep an attitude so you butter them up.
There you go, leave Dee alone.
Tie you up. Now don't start flipping it. Everybody know we've been at dough. Y'all just start.
There y'all go, co-signing sisters. Look at y'all.
Home to make home. You ain't gotta see the bank for loans. All I do is party and bullshit like when Frank was home.
And you got it all, boo? I got it all too. A big coffee mug, damn it, and it's all for you.
Now what she think? If I offered you any ice club, it'd be in the drink. And instead of talking about what you got and all that, just make sure when I hit you that you call back. Come on.
Come on, your team. How Got a couple songs left for y'all, and I gotta start getting myself ready for the plantation soon. But those that are coming in late to the live, definitely catch the replay. And I will be back tomorrow night with this conversation, open panel, so you know what it is.
I'm glad that you got it all.
It's more for me. Now I gotta drink that coffee or drink that tea.
I pulled on them, I pulled on you. Come on now, how you think I pulled you through? Got my own crib, so you can't kick me out. I call one of your friends to come twist me out. If you know Jada, then you know what kiss me about. Just for fun, I hit the bank and pull 50 out. I don't want you to, I don't want you to, don't want you to, no, not at all. With them on the ground, you might hold it on. Check out me knees, sorry, but I got it on. Don't want you to, I don't want you to, don't want you to. Right. With them on the ground, you might hold it on. Check out my knees, sorry, but I got it on. Don't want you to, I don't want you to, don't want you to, not at all. With them on the ground, you might hold it on. Check out my knees, sorry, but I got it on. Yeah.
I ain't worried about that. I'm always used to being outnumbered, and I still come out on top, son. Hey, hey. I done had 2-on-1 rap battles and tore something up to talk about. Remix.
She said, take your time. I said, baby, I'm a dog. She said, take your time.
Okay. Okay.
I'm a dog, I'm a money. I just want your ready, so I'm calling my money. I said, that's pretty baby, so I got trouble trusting. But I'm my guard down to you. Said I put my guard down to you. Said I'll be all the love. So you can bring my heart if you want to. She said, take your time. I said, baby, I'm a dog. She said, take your time. What's the rush? Oh, I'm gonna read it, babe. The way you do everything I like. Keep on wearing on my chains. Baby, I'm a different breed.
See, I ain't getting it.
Make me say, it's like everything is where we stand. This ain't no temporary season. The way that body talk, I'm loving what I'm hearing. You don't gotta say anything, I got time. What's the rush? You can bring a friend, girl, I don't judge. You know I'm a freak, got me trying to heat it up. Shawty, I'm a trick, I can see what you want. With some other girls, ain't no trust. Yeah, I'm only letting my guard down for you. So you can break my heart if you want to. She said, take your time.
I got nothing but coffee in this cup. She said, take your time. What's the rush? Got that focus crystal all in my cup. Yeah. Casey, JoJo. Remix. Let me go back in the crates real quick.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Now you good, Riaz. You good, bro.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. They can say whatever.
I'ma drink whatever, coffee, whatever. Yeah, you know it's.
I live with a flying. Yep, you know this. You a lion. Tell her that free.
Don't encourage my madness series. It's too early. Too early.
Black top shade, black top man. I'ma rock this shit like fashion, passing, going till it says stop on my runway. Never looked so clear, but the hottest bitch in the heels right here. No fear, the way you get me back on, getting my back on. Sincere, I see you women in my pedestal. I better let you know. So
you wanna blow it, ain't like me, that shit so funny. Ride this beat like a pony. Hit me at the top, girl, top, get it on. Rule they test me now. Run through your town, I shut it down. So brilliant, Brazilian, fan mail, 27 million, and I want it all. Gonna take more than that, hope that I know you got. I hear it all. The money to pay the cost of clothes. Can't just let you run up on me like that, on me like that, yeah. I see you aiming at my pedestal, so I think I gotta let you know. So hard, yeah, so hard, so hard, yeah, so hard, so hard, yeah, so hard.
Go hard, go home.
See you serious, baby.
I used to run my whole block like Obama did. You gotta believe me, go like my mama did. Couldn't even come in my room, smell like a kilo. Look like me and two of my boys playing casino. Gotta keep in my bag, they gotta clone it. Tell them give me back my swag, it's not lonely. See my Louis Tucks, Louis flag, Louis frames, Louis pill. What that make me Louis?
See you, Diddy, baby.
My new black rock called the attack.
Cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest. Got my car for shit.
Hard. The one word describes me. One knowing this and no, I don't need more.
Bad, but them girls looking bad, but yeah. But them blind girls bad, but them blind girls bad, but yeah. We are light up, we are light up, but yeah. So hard, so hard, so hard, so hard. That I so hard, yeah, so hard. So hard, yeah, so
My bad, y'all. Before I forget, I am supposed to play this song. Wait a minute. Where is it? There we go. Come on, Sirius. Come on, ladies.
I'm on the stage right now, singing your favorite song. Up in the crowd, you know where to be from as they sing along. I say, you look good out, no makeup, no lashes, even better when you wake up. I see the look on your face, I see you hiding it. I see you looking for someone to scoop you right off your feet. You wanna ride in the rain, you wanna go out on dates, you want somebody to come bring you flowers, someone to talk to for hours, wash your back while y'all sit in the shower, someone to tell you you're beautiful, someone to tell you you mean it, someone to tell you I love you every day and no matter the reason. You want someone to bring you peace, someone to help you sleep, someone to pick you up when you're feeling down, feeling lonely, somebody who can make it better, somebody who can open up.
Again, those who are coming in late to the live stream, definitely catch the replay. I got one or two more left for y'all. I gotta get up out of here. But definitely look for me tomorrow night. Open panel conversation. See, I know what it is.
I say you look good out, no makeup, no lashes, even better when you wake up. I see the look on your face, I see you looking for peace. I see you tired of the hurt, tired of the pain, tired of the nights where you can't get no sleep. I see you tired thinking about it, see you tired thinking about it, you're leaving. See you tired of being so tired, you damn sure ain't getting even. Somebody who can make it better, somebody who can open up those gates, open up those gates, yeah. I'm on the stage right now. Sing me your favorite song. Look in the crowd, you know where to be from as they sing along.
All shadow huggers hit that like button.
No makeup, no lashes, even better with your wake
Remix.
Stop throwing it down like I'm used to. When you make it home like I'm used to. When you make it home like I used to. When you make it home like I'm used to. Stop throwing it down like I'm used to. When you make it home like I used to. When you make it home like you used to. I realize you can
Fell in love with a real one, it's a dedication. Had him patiently waiting for a revelation. Even when I ain't around, ain't no separation. Your skin's full, your eyes brown, and your fucking face. Then we go to different places with no suitcases. But when we come back, we got suitcases. Right now I use love for a medication. Back in the day, I should cook it with no hesitation. I got more than 40 acres for my preparation. Pussy in my navigation, that's my destination. Please don't never tell on me, baby. That means you don't call 12 on me, baby. As long as the meal prepared for me, baby. The meals I prepare, I share with you, baby. Of course they gonna like a shit, look good. Everybody ain't
See, baby.
stop throwing it down like I'm used to. When you make it home like I'm used to. When you make it home like I used to. When you make it home like I'm used to. Drop down the down like on YouTube. When you make it home like on YouTube. When you make it home like on YouTube.
Why don't we ride both deep, roll so far? We on E, she on E, she on me. Let's try that way. Okay. Shawty came in, walking like a model, shaped like a bottle. She know if she mess with me, it's gonna be trouble. I'ma bust a bubble. I'ma always love her. Mess up all the covers, yeah. I'll be breaking down like a phone check. See me in the chain reaction, I got 40 pepper. Sorry, I ain't answering the phone, I was slapping that. Last night ain't else, I was pulling up. Y'all know me, so low key. All this ice on.
See you, Diddy, baby. See you, baby.
She bad, she a trophy. She like to lay on me and call me cozy. Yeah.
Down like I'm used to. When you make it home on YouTube. When you make a new home on YouTube. When you make it home like I'm used to. Stop down like I'm used to. When you make it home like I used to. When you make it home like you used to. I realize you can I realize you can
Yeah. Sing the song, damn it.
Top it out one way.
It's some good ass cake. You can sing the song, damn it.
One thing about love, it says blind. No matter where you're from, you gonna fuck with you.
Crying like a damn punk. True.
no
I got one more song left for y'all, and I gotta slowly start getting myself together. But appreciate y'all for rocking out. For those late to the live, definitely catch the replay and the conversation. We're here tomorrow, definitely.
Just what's up. And I look like a volcano that comes off with my love. Baby girl, you make me say,
Oh Lord.
and I just can't think anything else I'd rather than to hear you say my name the way you do. When we do our thing, when we do the thing, baby girl, you make me say. Sexy love, all the things you do. Oh, baby, baby, keep me strong. Keep me running back to you. Oh, baby, I love to you. Sexy love, I'm so addicted to her. She's the sweetest love. Just in my heart. Still too much say that I'm sipping, I'm sprung on my feet. I can hope she makes me say, hey, and I just can't think. Anything else I'd rather than to hear you sing my name the way you do. Maybe we do our thing. We do the thing. Oh, baby girl, you make me sing. My sexy love, the things you do. Oh, baby, baby, keep me strong. Keep me running back to you. Oh, baby, I love to you. See, baby girl, you're holding my sexy love. Oh, baby, what we do, it makes me sun come on. Keep on loving till it goes back down. And I don't know what I'd do if I would lose your side. That's why I'm always keeping you around. My sexy love,
I see y'all here, Diddy, baby. I see you soon, baby.
sexy love, sexy love. Ooh, running back to you. Love to you, baby girl. You know you're my sexy love. Hands on the back of my neck, stand out. Just one time.
Last song of the night, y'all. Last song of the night. And I got you. But before I get to that again, appreciate everybody that tuned in for the conversation. Appreciate everybody that stayed for the conversation. Appreciate everybody that's becoming familiar with the channel as well. Appreciate everybody who has been a part of the build, still becoming a part of the build. We still going to keep bringing these combos, at least till we get to a better state. So, you know. And again, for those tuning in, I'll see y'all tomorrow night with the open panel, and y'all more than welcome to chime in. But I'm going to let y'all ride out. Let me get this out the way. If y'all was new to the channel, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Shout outs to the replay game. Shout outs to the Shadow Mafia and the Shadow Babies. Y'all know what it is, baby. Everybody that was in attendance today, y'all already know that love is love, and it'll be reciprocated as such. I don't know how to be fake. What I'm going to do is give you real. That's all I'm going to do is give you real topics and real builds. Truth, baby. You late to church. But I'll let you ride out with this last song for the night. Don't worry, don't worry. I'm going to let y'all ride out till we get up out of here.
A perfect storm.
Yeah, definitely catch the replay, sis. Definitely had some good conversation before the music. You know how we do. And I'll be back tomorrow definitely with the, you know.
Twist got cars, I'm a rock star like Mick Jagger, and I
Can't be coming late to church.
You a hot star, no fatter. So let me take you on a ride on the journey with the one that you call daddy. And you make you get it wet. But this time we gon' do something romantic and different. I'll take you about it, but we get on the movie set. I was thinking that we could just make a sex tape. Cause I think it face people this in HD. Maybe I can take you, then you can take me. When I pull my H2 up to get H3. You know that you wanna be in this movie. So don't be acting like I'm tripping with this fine jump in. Right corner, you are you loving me. Switching the camera angle when we change position. And you can read at the right angle, the camera down, that be good to me. The thing you say, come. Ready for anyone that you wanna get. I gotta call nobody just because I do my own stuff. It's the X-rated version of a box of a seat. I see she ready to strip for this. So let me get the music in, get the tape in, get the camera in.
I see you, Didi, baby.
Baby, drip, drip, before my camera, I will make a movie, yeah. Starring you and me, yeah. Baby, don't need no act. Everything when I'm working with, I'ma break your back. Before my camera, I will make a movie, yeah. Starring you and me.
See y'all, you cool, baby?
Show that we gon' make a movie. Got me loving it when I'm feeling on the booty. Especially when I get living on the alcohol. Cause it was something to me. She was better than everything in my perimeter. Sexy, I wish I could film every bit of her. Kissing the down to a stomach and cinema. Tell her we can be in the personal cinema. I let you hold the camera first, then I hold it in. Cause I wanna see how it's let you see such a freaking me. I hope this is a legal TNT. This is 50 world star or CNN. Baby girl, you keep the world with the actress. I'm gonna wreck this film with you for practice. Now, if you know what, you can help my actress. Especially when I'm shooting you from the back. Straight to the top, it's gonna be headed. And I'ma see my name in the credits. Be the on that. See something that you never really feel it. You can know, but you're not gonna get it. I'll be sipping up a true tractor.
I like it. See y'all here getting it.
Before my camera, I will make a movie, yeah.
Sing the song, God damn it.
When I'm working with, I'ma break your back. Before my camera, let's make a movie, yeah. Starring you and me, yeah.
Don't be co-signing, Didi. Don't be co-signing, damn it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna co-sign with this last song for real though. We out of here.
We the best, man.
Sing the song, damn it. Sing it like you got some heart to it.
Baby, you don't have to try to read my mind, cause you know I wanna get it in. And tell me why would we just think about it? If you wanna know that, not to be body to body.
Coffee to coffee.
Picture your body soaking, bath water. Your panties on, come up out the leg warmers. Wrap up your hair, leave on your heels. Kissing you.
Riaz, I got you on the next go around. This is the last song tonight, man. I was trying to remember what you asked me to play earlier. My bad, bro. But I got you the next one. Don't worry.
Dream about it. Let's take advantage. My body on your body. Hope that you can manage. Got 'em on it, damn it. Feels good. Pulling on that hill and let it know I'm still hood.
Baby, you don't even gotta eat no swine.
Picture the expected that she know the deep.
Baby, you don't have to try to read my mind, cause you know I wanna get it in. And tell me why would we just think about it?
You just know chronic the chronic. Chronic the chronic.
We should be body to body, body to body, body to body.
I see you out here, DD baby.
Contemplating, skip this conversation. By the way you writing on your lip just gave me confirmation. Was that Chanel 5? Very sexy fragrance. Are those your real eyes? Can tell you're partially Asian. But I know your body got me focused. I'm just so sedated.
It's good seeing you too. Even though you was late for church though, sis, but I'm gonna let it slide. I'm gonna let it slide. I know your ass is in that supermarket. Make sure you get me a jar of pickles next time.
She replied that I'm a beast. She replied that I'm a beast. Got it locked between the sheets and even in the street.
Baby, you don't even gotta eat no swine.
But you know I wanna get it in. Yeah, you tell me why would we just think about it? You wanna then I got it. You can be body to body. Body to body. Body to body. Body to body. Body to body.
Make love on the floor.
Kissing my tattoos. I'm feeling your hands, be my name. Call me daddy, baby, I got you. Girl, get in your bed and lay it down, down, down. Girl, you ready? Cause I'm the one who plays down, down, down. Right now, fuck you with a real freak, baby. You don't have to try to read my mind, cause you know I wanna get it in. Girl, you know that I wanna.
Why would we just think about it? If you want it, then I got it. We could be coffee to coffee. Coffee to coffee. Stop hating, serious. Stop hating, damn it. I appreciate y'all for rocking out, though, y'all. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long. It's time for me to start getting myself together. But I'll be nice, though. I'll be nice and leave y'all with the real last song, though. I'll be nice. I'm gonna let y'all ride out till I end this shit. I got you. I got you. Baby, come give me all those. Baby, come give me all those.
Cause I can't stop looking, yeah, since I got a taste of it. Baby, come give me something, oh,
Uh,
God damn, you know who I am. Tried to be on the low, but you ain't slow. Keep my shirt open, eyes low. Did a lot of paper, I know, but you ain't into that. You like real facts.
like, if you love coffee, show me where it's at.
Like if you fuck good, you want to get it back. Like
I hear you, sis. I hear
want a
you.
real nigga that go rap to that pussy like.
But try to keep your head held high. You know what it is.
Get a private room. We could fuck for one night and God jump the broom. Say a nigga chill.
Baby, give me my coffee raw. Yeah. Baby, give me my coffee raw. Yeah. Cause I can't stop drinking it. I got a taste of the coffee. Diddy, stop co-signing and laughing, damn it. Yeah. I can tell you ain't from around here.
On that body, baby, it's not it. Pull up on that ass in the crowd, yeah. That's next. I'm dead. Looking for a real one, you found it. Got a point, king, we gon' go bounce on it. No doubt you, you can let shake. I'm a sex to that pussy like not out I need.
That's what I'm talking about, sis. Bring them coffee cups in the chat. Baby, just give me coffee raw. Yeah.
Cause I can't stop looking, yeah, since I got a taste of it.
Baby, give me my coffee raw. Yeah.
Just like something out of magazine. You smell great, know your body clean. Them niggas been on you since you was a teen. Now you grown up, and I'm a boss. I'm just showing love. Smell like push when I'm rolling up. So much bank I can hold it up. It's so good, got you calling up. Try and kick it with a nigga like, baby, come give me something.
I appreciate y'all for rocking out. Time for me to get up out of here, though. I'll definitely be back tomorrow with the great vibes. I know what it is. Healing prayers to those who might need it. Rest of y'all enjoy the rest of your evenings. Oh yeah, and happy Monday to all you future babies. I still need my lottery numbers from today, tomorrow. God damn it. You know. But y'all stay safe. Y'all keep that third eye open. Until the next live, we out of here. Peace and blessings.